Good evening. My name is Damian Ishmael Farrakhanatu. Welcome to Project Restoration School. Objectives: learn the definition of slavery, learn forms of slavery, learn the path to slavery, learn how to avoid slavery. Course text: Slavery, A World History by Milton Meltzer, updated edition, Da Capo Press, a member of the Perseus Books Group, 1993. This is the reading material for the course. Volume 1, Slavery, Chapter 21, Spartacus Sets Italy Ablaze. Instructions that we give other people will bless or curse us. Meltzer wrote, the Romans had created a new danger in their midst by training slaves as gladiators, and these professional fighters became the spark that set all Italy ablaze with revolt. Page 197. Therefore, stop teaching younger people how to fight other people because they disagree with other people. In addition, stop teaching younger people how to destroy properties in order to express their points of view. We communicate with other people to express points of view. However, everybody will not listen to us. Yet, some people will. God hears us all the time. God is His Word. The Word might not agree with us, but He will listen to us. If we listen to God, we will find errors of our ways in the right way. We fight in spiritual wars. To the contrary, some people fight spiritual enemies by physical weapons. Meltzer wrote, arming themselves with knives from the kitchen, their own weapons were always locked away. They fought their way past their keepers and escaped over the town walls to freedom. Page 197. We will never kill Satan and his demons with natural weapons, such as knives, grenades, guns, bombs, missiles, and so on. We will kill only other people. Satan plans us to kill one another. God plans us to love one another and come together with prayer and faith to destroy Satan's works. What are we going to do? God has provided us a way of escape from condemnation in the lake that burns with fire and brimstone. Brimstone is sulfur. Some people use sulfur to make gunpowder. Hence, if we live by violence and means to make and continue violence, we will suffer from our works for eternity. Nevertheless, Meltzer wrote, when the Roman commander arrived, he threw guards across the only path up or down the mountain. He thought that with this blockade it would be easy to starve out the rebels, for they could never escape over the sheer cliffs in any other direction. Spartacus found the top of Vesuvius covered with wild vines, which the gladiators cut and twisted into ladders long enough to drop from their height down the face of the cliff to the plain. Down the ladder they scrambled to safety below. Pages 197 and 198. However, don't use God's way of escape to do more evil. God will not allow you to mock Him in this way. A fight is an active resistance. In order to actively resist evil, we must be able to use our brains to make wise decisions. Stay faithful to follow this wisdom and submit to the Word of God. Meltzer wrote, the Roman soldiers, weakened by disease, cowardice, and insubordination, fought poorly. Page 198. In order to restore ourselves to God, our original identities, one another, and lost settlements, we must abstain from means that destroy our abilities to make wise decisions. Stay faithful and obedient to God. Drunkenness, drugs, unproductive and destructive people and lies are means that destroy potential for reparations. Jesus asked other people, if Satan cast out Satan, how shall his kingdom stand? We are different from one another. However, God is one. God gives us various knowledge of the same truth, abilities, experience, and jobs to come from different points to fulfill one purpose. This purpose is to seek and save lost people. However, God saves people. We use our resources to provide them places of sanctuary and restoration. On the other hand, we need to overlook physical disagreements and understand God's purpose. Meltzer wrote, disagreements over strategy developed among Spartacus and the two Gauls with whom he shared leadership, Onesimus and Crixus, page 198. One murder that originates from a disagreement is too many. This is avoidable. Don't live only in the present, but live for the future. In addition, go from your past. Don't go from evil conditions without directions to better ones. If we go from evil conditions without hopes to better conditions, we will repeat mistakes to make our lives harder. Meltzer wrote, that winter Spartacus made his headquarters in Lucania, building his strength from the runaway slaves who poured into his camp. Page 198. Stop running from darkness into more darkness. Hell is a bottomless pit. We can avoid hell or hellacious lives. Develop a love for the truth and follow him. Stop believing the devil's lies. Everybody is not your enemy. Don't become fearful in the world. Fearful people don't prosper. If we separate from our friends, ones that make us stronger, other people and circumstances will destroy us. Meltzer wrote, they met the army of Crixus at Mount Gorganus in Apulia and destroyed it, killing the leader. Page 200. Be confident, but abstain from arrogance. Arrogance causes people to hallucinate and think they have powers that they don't have. Hence, arrogance leads people into shameful destructions. Just because other people disappoint us does not give us reasons to stop living or stop working to have good success. Meltzer wrote, he had been counting on the Mediterranean pirate fleet to ferry his men across to Sicily, but the pirates failed him. He turned around, broke through the Roman wall, and escaped into the open country of Lucania. Page 200. Satan is the fallen angel Lucifer. According to the Holy Bible, God made people lower than angels were. Therefore, Satan has more power than we have. However, we overcome lies, attacks on our lives, and theft of properties and find salvation. Salvation is the ultimate goal. Salvation means preservation. Salvation is a place of sanctuary and restoration. We have some good desires, but we try to fulfill it in evil ways. Evil ways are ways without God. For example, it is God's will to deliver us from oppressions, such as other people, things, and ideas that bind us. To the contrary, if we don't follow God's plan to salvation, we will become destroyed in self-righteousness. Meltzer wrote, the Army of Liberation that had once reached a total of 120,000 men had been pounded to scattered and tiny fragments. All along the Appian Way from Rome to Capua, where it had all begun, 6,000 slaves were nailed to the cross for daring to strike for freedom. Page 201. For instance, Amari Obadeli and other members of the Republic of New Africa did not follow God in their quest for freedom from oppression. Hence, they in similar organizations followed lies and were destroyed in their self-righteousness. If we are going to have reparations, we will do it God's Jesus Christ way. Assignment. Answer these questions in your journals. Collaborate with other people of restorative spirits to discuss the spiritual enemy with us. In addition, study ways that we can be delivered from this enemy. Since we are not perfect, we are unable to evaluate the difference between perfection and imperfection. Therefore, individually and separately, acknowledge God to show you a way that we can start reparations between God and us, to our original identities, between other people, especially Africans or members of the African diaspora and us, and to lost ancestral settlements. Thank you for your participation in this class. Have a blessed day and hope to see you soon.